high-value woman isn't just someone who dresses well or earns more. A high-value woman is known by how she treats others, especially when no one is watching. And here's the shocking fact. According to a study published in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, people who consistently show respect and empathy are rated as more attractive and powerful by their peers, even over wealth and physical appearance. This means your behavior toward others shapes your perceived value far more than your outward status symbols ever could. Carl Jung once wrote that, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." High-value women know this deeply. They aren't performing kindness, they embody it. They treat others as an extension of themselves because they have integrated their own shadow, their darker impulses, and therefore do not project it onto others. When you integrate your own self, you stop needing to tear others down to feel worthy. Today we're going to talk about the habits of high-value women, specifically how they treat others, not just their partners or friends, but everyone. Stay until the end of the video, because the last point might shock you. It's something most people overlook, yet it's the habit that sets apart women who only look high value from those who truly are. As we go through these habits, I want you to imagine how each one might feel if it became second nature to you. Not a facade, but a lived reality. By the end of this video, you'll have a roadmap you can apply immediately to your life, whether at work, in friendships, or in your romantic relationships. 1. They listen more than they talk. High-value women understand that listening is not passive. It is one of the most powerful skills you can master. Most people are caught in the trap of listening just to reply, waiting for their turn to speak. But when a high-value woman listens, she listens to understand. She doesn't need to fill every silence with her voice because she is secure in herself. Psychology research from Harvard has shown that when you truly listen to someone and reflect back their emotions, their brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This means attentive listening literally creates trust and connection. Carl Jung wrote about the importance of deep attention, noticing not just words, but the unconscious messages people carry. High-value women pay attention to tone, energy, and what is not said. When you are a woman who listens deeply, people feel safe around you. They open up more, they trust you with opportunities, and they respect you even if you barely speak. It's not about being silent. It's about using silence as power. 2. They set boundaries with kindness. A high-value woman has mastered the balance between compassion and self-respect. She knows that saying no is just as important as saying yes. But here's the key. She does it with grace, not with aggression. She doesn't slam doors. She closes them gently but firmly. Carl Jung emphasized individuation, the process of becoming whole. To individuate, you must know who you are and who you are not. Boundaries are how you protect your authentic self from being diluted by the expectations of others. And modern psychology backs this up. Studies have shown that people who can assert themselves clearly are less likely to experience burnout, depression, and toxic relationships. A high-value woman can decline an invitation without guilt, turn down unreasonable requests without anger, and step back from toxic dynamics without drama. Others might not always like it, but they will respect it. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are guidelines that teach people how to love you in a healthy way. 3. They acknowledge everyone, not just the important people. One of the clearest markers of a high-value woman is how she treats people who can do nothing for her. She greets the security guard, thanks the barista, and shows respect to the people society often overlooks. This reveals genuine self-esteem because she doesn't need to use status to feel superior. Carl Jung believed that projecting your shadow onto others creates arrogance. You dismiss people because they mirror the parts of yourself you reject. But when you've done the work of integration, you don't need to belittle anyone to feel valuable. Every person is recognized as a mirror of humanity, and you treat them accordingly. Think of Princess Diana. At the height of the AIDS crisis, when ignorance and stigma made even doctors afraid to touch patients, she shook hands with HIV-positive men without gloves. That single gesture shifted public perception and gave dignity back to thousands. That is the power of acknowledging everyone, not just those society elevates. High-value women live this way daily, in big and small ways. 4. They speak with clarity, not gossip. Gossip is a low-value habit. It's fueled by insecurity and projection. High-value women know that what you say about others says more about you than about them. Instead of wasting time dissecting others' lives, they focus on meaningful conversations. Research published in Social Psychology Quarterly revealed that people who avoid gossip are consistently rated as more stable and intelligent by their peers. Gossip may create temporary bonds, but it erodes trust. If you gossip about one person, everyone assumes you will gossip about them too. High-value women don't need that kind of cheap connection. Carl Jung once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." A high-value woman understands this. Instead of spreading rumors, she reflects on why something bothers her. She chooses words that build clarity and connection. People listen when she speaks, because her words carry weight. And when she stays silent, that silence carries dignity. 5. They practice gratitude and acknowledgement. Gratitude is not just polite, it is powerful psychology. High-value women understand that appreciation multiplies what you have. They don't just thank people in formal moments, they make acknowledgement a lifestyle. They thank the driver, appreciate the colleague, celebrate even the smallest acts of kindness. Neuroscience shows that gratitude activates the brain's reward system, increasing dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals linked to happiness and resilience. People who practice gratitude regularly are also more likely to attract support because appreciation makes others feel valued. High-value women don't flatter people to manipulate. They offer genuine acknowledgement that lifts others up. This creates a ripple effect. People feel energized around them, and in return, they bring more opportunities, kindness, and loyalty into her life. Gratitude is magnetic. 6. They don't mirror disrespect. They model standards. When someone insults or dismisses you, the instinct is to mirror it back. But a high-value woman knows that when you copy disrespect, you lower yourself. Instead, she models the standard she expects. She may call out poor behavior, but she does it calmly and with dignity. Psychologists call this emotional regulation. People who can control their state during conflict are seen as stronger and more respected leaders. And emotional contagion theory shows that moods spread. If you escalate anger, everyone becomes angrier. But if you remain composed, you often shift the tone of the entire situation. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of not being possessed by emotions. High-value women embody this. They refuse to hand over their emotional control to someone else's bad behavior. This doesn't mean they accept mistreatment. It means they hold their ground without letting negativity define their state. That kind of calm authority is unforgettable. 7. They give without keeping score. This habit is what truly shocks people. High-value women give, whether it's advice, help, or kindness, without secretly keeping score. They don't keep a mental list of who owes them back. Why? Because their worth isn't tied to reciprocity. Carl Jung believed that a person who has integrated their self no longer seeks constant validation. Giving becomes an act of abundance, not of neediness. Social scientists have found that people who help others without expectation are actually rated as higher status and more trustworthy collaborators. This doesn't mean high-value women allow themselves to be exploited. They recognize takers and know when to stop. But their giving is generous, not transactional. That's why it's magnetic. People can feel the difference between someone who helps out of love and someone who helps to earn favors. And this one habit, giving without keeping score, separates the truly high-value woman from those who are only performing the role. And there you have it, 7 habits of high-value women and how they treat others. If you start practicing even one of these, you'll notice how your energy shifts and how people respond to you differently. If this video inspired you, please like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits resonated with you the most? Or which one do you want to work on first? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else. Thank you for spending this time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.